Hey guys, and welcome back to Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. We are now heading into the fire down below, which is ironic considering that we're in, what, a lighthouse? But no, we're heading down. Underground. And this level has to have the most stupidly placed safe we've seen so far. Whose idea was it to put the safe at the very beginning of the level? Because that seems like a really dumb idea, because it means you have to collect all the clues, finish the level, and then go back into the level just to open up the safe. Thankfully the game saves once the safe is open, so you have that. But whose idea was that? Because that seems like a really stupid way of doing it. Again, why can't the safes just be at the ends of each level? We've already had one, I believe, where it was at like the middle of the level. It took me about 20 minutes to find the actual clue, but even so. At least, I mean, that was a fairly simple trek back. This one, not so much. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do this the slightly wrong way. Already seen that thing. In order to get into the level, so since we needed it to get into the level, well, they're going to make use of it in the level. It's this level's gimmick. Run against this. And you can spin the hooks around. But it also stops, so I'm clearly doing something wrong. I'm just not sure what it is I did wrong. I guess I just gotta keep the thing spinning, but with some well-timed jumps you can actually end up on top of all of this. Which is what I attempt to do here. So taking out that clue, we can grab the ledge, we can grab the ledge, there we go, or not even grab it. We can just do this. Sly will get into that pose every single time he's balancing, even when he's not actually near the edge. He tends to do it. Which is weird because it kind of looks like a T-pose. Although if you're playing Sly 3, at least in the HD collection, it is very possible to actually go into a T-pose while you're swinging. I know it's doable in 3, I'm not sure if it does it in 2. So, man, these HD collections are so buggy. I mean, I've came across my fair share of issues in Ratchet and Clank. I already mentioned the guy is... the Gadgetron sales guy is very squished, at least when you're playing the digital version. It seems to be alright on the disc version. But the bolts can be the wrong colours, the games are prone to freezing. All 3 games, but especially Ratchet and Clank 2, are prone to slowdown. I don't know what it is with these HD collections. Is Jak and Daxter like this as well? I've yet to play that one. I have them. I've just yet to play them. Honestly, after not enjoying Ratchet and Clank 2, I'm kind of put off by Jak and Daxter, to be honest. Because I hear that Jak 2 and I think Jak 3 as well are very difficult. Which was my main issue with Ratchet and Clank 2. It was just too difficult for its own good and too fast. Ratchet and Clank 3 definitely improved on that, but the problem with Ratchet and Clank 3 is that when it did get difficult, it did it so suddenly. You have a fairly easy time throughout, and all of a sudden the difficulty is just slammed down on you in the last few levels. It's not the sound effects you'd expect to hit, it's like a splat sound effect when I hit them. See, he's a walrus and me, not an insect. What am I breaking here? Rubbish bags? It is like a rubbish bag. I mean, the clues look like rubbish, so it kind of makes sense. Right, let's assume we have a light. Unfortunately, I can't get the timing right. Run on this thing for some amount of time. No, that still wasn't quite there. We're getting this thing right as the light is moving. And I still got hit by it. Or still got seen by it. I don't know what happens if you get seen by these things while they're red. I'm guessing it's gonna hurt. Which in Sly 1's case, if you don't have the lucky charm, it's gonna kill you. Won't be until Sly 2 that we get the health bar. Okay, that's getting very annoying now. Yeah, I'm not going to be immediately going to that because I did think, should I backtrack? But then I thought, well, hang on, I've got all the swinging sections and everything to do. This is a bad idea. So I did turn around eventually. There we go. Turn around, just like, alright. Let's just re-enter the level and then we can see whether or not the game will just let me quit after I've opened up the safe. Which it does, which is fine. So let's just grab ourselves a key. Oh, the sound effect is really loud. I'm guessing that's the HD version. Because it always seems to be the non-HD... My voice went high there. It always seems to be the non-HD stuff in which the volume really gets cranked up when you have it in HD. Like, I can watch a program from like the 90s or the early 2000s that isn't in HD on like Netflix. And it's so freaking loud, and yet the actual newer stuff that is in HD is perfectly fine. I can't help but feel it should be the other way around. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a tech guy. I don't know how sound works, but that's just how it feels.
Press the circle to enter the vault code.
It doesn't even say button.
I'm unbeatable. No code can stand before me.
Congratulations, Bentley.
579.
579. And there we go.
Interesting. Chris Cooper's dive collection technique. This move is an extension of the dive move you already know. Just jump and hit the triangle button near breakable objects for some fast breaking, fast collecting action.
Yeah, it's not really that special. It's basically sort of like a ground pound. A ground pound? A ground pound. Alright, we can exit the level now. Return to prowling the grounds. I think I did go and check. Yeah, I did. But I can just do that. And there we go. You'll see that there should be a key, a safe, and something that looks like an egg, that looks like a sand timer that's not filled out. You can revisit a level and there'll be a time trial. I'm not going to be bothering with those because, well, for starters, I did try a few of them out. They're pretty hard. They actually are pretty difficult. But you don't get anything for them. You don't even get like a trophy for them or anything in the HD version. They're sort of brought back in Sly 3. Like Sly 3 had some additional challenges.
Astonishing! All my calculations led me to believe you had failed to knock out that generator.
Never was good at math.
Well, here's a real test for you. I found a way up to Raleigh's hideout, but unfortunately, it is doomed to failure.
You're not gonna tell me I have to shoot myself out of that cannon.
I'm afraid that's the only way.
Now you're talking.
You're really scaring me, man. Anyway, to get inside that thing, you had to steal all 7 of Raleigh's treasure keys.
So what are we waiting for? You show me those hollow what's-its?
You mean my holographic markers?
Yeah. And I'll swipe whatever it takes to get shot out of that cannon and steal back my family's Thievius Raccoonus.
Yes, the Sly 3 adds in a bunch of additional challenges on top of the stuff you've already done. They're mostly just repeats of the same thing, but you might also get a few things like do this in a certain amount of time and stuff like that. You actually do need that to platinum Sly 3 because it's to get 100% completion of the game. Maybe it's the only one that does that. I don't even think so. Unless Sly 2 does that as well, but Sly 2 doesn't have any time trials. Sly 4 didn't bother. Going after all of the Sly Cooper masks was just... That's just too much, because you got to find them in so many different locations. You got to find them within certain missions. You basically have to replay an entire episode.
You found it, Sly. This is where Raleigh's gang of crabs stashes his sunken treasure. Use your sub to blast them. The left analog stick controls the sub. Give it a try. Great! Use the right analog stick to fire its gun. That's it. Remember, you can always drive the sub in one direction while firing in another. To earn a treasure key, you'll need to collect all 40 chests. Do not let a crab take one into a tube.
Seamless transition. Okay, so this is one. So some of the keys in the game aren't actual levels; they're these mini games. And very often, these mini games are easily the hardest part of the game because they can be surprisingly strict. Like, it's very easy for these crabs to grab the chests. I mean, as you still transition. I failed this twice, but a number of these can be pretty difficult. But you still lose lives. I don't know why it plays a clown horn whenever you, or bicycle horn, whatever it is. Burp, whenever a crab picks one up. I mean, it's a warning sound. I'm fine with that, but why is that the sound? Also, I find hitting the crabs to be a bit awkward as well. No, come back. Leave that alone, it's mine. So yeah, and it's gonna take a while. No, put that down. Put that down. Put that down! But by breaking all the chests, we magically get the key in the middle. It just enters our sub for no explained reason. So yeah, that'll be one of several mini games that we'll be doing as the game goes on. They're still mandatory. We need to get every single key. So there's going to be plenty of those. There's all sorts of different mini games. There's shooters. There's one. Well, a lot of them are shooters. There's racing. There's other things. Ow! Got inked by a squid. The Gunboat Graveyard. I believe this is our final level in episode 1. After this, we're heading after Raleigh, who is going to be constantly calling out. Well, not constantly. He is going to be speaking at you. Not to you, but you can hear him talking over the speaker. This is like an ongoing thing with Sly Cooper. They all have like these speakers that they use to speak to all of their henchmen. Usually very cruelly. Raleigh is for the most part pretty polite. It's fine. It's just not. He has his moments. It's like a Sly 2. Zombie Song is actually he's actually not that bad. He'll have his moments, but for the most part he's really not that bad when he's talking over the speaker. Who's trying to Crash Bandicoot ground pound? Only 20 clears in this one, it's not so bad, we're going to get them all. No issues here. And the safest towards the end of the level. Why can't it always be like that? Well, that went well. That's more like it. Provided I can actually see where I'm going. Ah, crafty. So hit the fire hydrant first. Why is this thing here? So why are these fire hydrants used as the security stuff? And why would you make it so easily destroyable? Okay, so you got these science experiments? What are these things? Genetic experiments? One of them's an eyeball. So what am I looking at? And down I go. Oh, no. I thought I was going to slide down. Get out of my way, squid boy. Yeah, if you touch them, they'll become alert. Which makes sense, why wouldn't they? But you do get annoyed with that whistle sound effect every single time. I get it means you're supposed to have been seen, but that's kind of annoying when all you've done is just hit the enemy and they're not aware that you're even there. That's where it gets kind of annoying. It's like every single enemy has to make that sound. But we're almost there. A clue in there. 2 clues in there, and there we go. Approaching the end of the level, and we haven't found the safe yet. That's how it should be. There, see how easy that is?
Press the circle to enter the
Why can't they all be like that?
This one was cake. Input
It was?
719.
It's like, why can't they all be like that? Just have to save to the end of the level.
Oh, you're lucky, Sly! This page features Karen Cooper Giwa's coin magnet technique. All she had to do was stand near money, and it would magically jump into her purse. From now on, you'll automatically collect any coins you come near.
So, it basically just gives you a bit more range with the coin grabbing. That's really what it is. And there we go, I think that's our final key. So head back to prowling in the grounds for one last time. Why am I still stood here? Make our way to the cannon. And there we go. It's a bit confusing because there's a padlock still there. I thought I missed something. That's why I'm wandering around for a little bit. Because I genuinely thought I missed something because that padlock is still there, whereas all the others disappeared. But no, it is actually always there. Alright, but that's everything apart from Raleigh himself. So let's hop on in and fire! We're in Bullet Station. Geronimo! The Eye of the Storm.
How delightful! We have a guest. The only thing is, I hate unexpected guests!
Listen, Raleigh, wipe up my family and steal what's mine? You better expect company.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry. How sloppy of me not to finish the job. Obviously, we should have snuffed you out as well. So, without further ado, let me make amends by what? Bloating to gargantuan size and squashing you like the insignificant bug that you are!
Bring it on.
Instant transmission. Yeah, I've heard this a fair few times as well. Very simple boss fight though, just avoid his attacks, then when he gets small, smack him. And what he'll do after that, all the platforms that have red lights on them, which is any of the one, which is the one you're not standing on. So all of them are that one. They'll start flashing red. Should that happen, you'll fall into the water and you will die, and you have to start the boss fight over again. Right, same as before, just let him attack, but this, and again, every single time he lands, he's going to cause the platform to sink, so you can't just stay on the same platform this time. Alright, so now we're doing a bit of jump rope.
Blast it all! You've beaten me! Well, gloat all you want, Sly Cooper. You're no match for Mugshot, my villainous cohort in Utah. You will see. Mesa City is so well guarded, a snake couldn't slither in without setting off alarms.
Raleigh's section of the Thievius Raccoonus held detailed instructions on how to perform my ancestor Ryoichi Cooper's Ninja Spire Jump, a technique he developed while sneaking into the thickly fortified castles of feudal Japan. Finding a way off Raleigh's boat got a little tricky with the untimely arrival of Inspector Fox, who, failing to find me, busted Raleigh and his crew. With the storm machine out of commission, boats found their way back onto the ocean, and the mystery of the Welsh Triangle faded from memory. My gang and I loafed around England for a while, enjoying the pleasant weather, and then headed back home, excited for our next heist.
I took the liberty of pinning your mission map up on the wall. You can use it to warp directly to any levels We're all set to go to Mesa City.
Yeah, we'll be going there in the next part. Mesa City in Utah. So face off against Mugshot. So I will see you guys then.